In the spring of 2002, the Leon Corstens-trained Helenus was cutting a swathe through the 3-year-old ranks in Melbourne and doing it in his first prep, all on raw ability. There was only one thing left for him to do, and that was to bring his A-game to Flemington for the Derby.
Off. Helenus jumped reasonably. Grand Lover slow. Davidoff out quickly, and so too is Diamond Jake in the early part. Down to the post, and settling into stride. Sylvester's gone back. Helenus has 4 behind him. Pace muddling early. Hydrometer moving up on the outside of Diamond Jake. Mascarado in the blue colours third. Davidoff slotting in 1 off on his outside. They're followed by Serpentire over on the inside, and then General Minolta, 2 lengths Helenus. He's followed by Ain't Here and then Sylvester. Second last Grand Lover, and back last of all is Wild Heart. So they go by the 2,000 metres along the riverside now. Hydrometer strode to the lead, but he's still not going all that fast. Davidoff is up second. Diamond Jake is third. 2.5 to Mascarado, and then 2 lengths General Minolta. Serpentire on the rail about 2. Helenus, he has settled beautifully. 1.5 lengths further back is Ain't Here, and they're followed by Sylvester, and back to the tail end of the field is Wild Heart on the outside of Grand Lover at the 1600, and Hydrometer made his own action in front by 2. Davidoff is sailing along behind him in second placing. Diamond Jake is third. They're followed then by General Minolta, the first one away from the rail. 4th outside Mascarado, and then Serpentire. 1.5 lengths further back Ain't Here. Helenus is on his outside, spots the leader. 8 lengths. 2 lengths to Sylvester, Grand Lover, and 2 to Wild Heart last of all. So the Derby field makes its way to the 1200, and Hydrometer left alone set his own tempo, and he did it well. Inside the halfway is 2 lengths to Davidoff, 2 lengths to Diamond Jake. General Minolta in the orange colours the outside. 2.5 Serpentire outside Mascarado. 2 lengths Helenus, the favourite outside Ain't Here. Then 1.5 lengths further back in the field is Sylvester, Grand Lover, and Wild Heart about to go for the gouch. Up the side, Hydrometer has dictated the terms in the Derby. Came up the side nearing the bend, about a length clear from Davidoff second. General Minolta's now third outside Diamond Jake. Serpentire flushed out, starts his run, then Mascarado. They're bunching now. Ain't Here's coming into it. Helenus easing wide to stay out of trouble as they've bunched right up, and then Sylvester, Wild Heart and Grand Lover. They swing around the turn. Hydrometer's been headed by Davidoff. Oliver going for home, looking for 2 straight derbies, and he's shot to the lead. Coming down the outside now, Diamond Jake. Here's Helenus letting loose with his run up the middle of the course. Hydrometer with a kick though. At the 300, he led by 1.5 lengths. Davidoff's under the whip. Here comes Helenus on the outside of Diamond Jake. Hydrometer at the 150 in front. Helenus, he's big danger. Ain't Here staking up late. Helenus getting to Hydrometer with 100 to go. Ain't Here lifting. Hydrometer kicks strongly. Hydrometer hits the line and might have just beaten Helenus at photo finish though.
It took the entire Flemington straight for Helenus to reel in Hydrometer, but punters were cheering as the odds-on pop got there in the nick of time. It was the win of a star in the making, and although Helenus would go on to claim the Rosehill Guineas in the autumn, he never lived up to the level he rose in that first campaign of his career, and was subsequently retired to stud after his spring campaign the following year. Leading into the 2003 Victoria Derby, it was looking quite clear the 2 sons of Danehill were on course for a date with destiny. The Tony Vassell-trained Elvstroem and the Mick Price-trained Kempinski were both highly talented. Punters were split. It was a genuine toss of the coin by the time Derby Day arrived, with the 2 glamour colts dominating the market.
Racing. Noble Red a little slow. Our spur began fast. Elvstroem, Golden Breed got away well. Kempinski's on the move from a wide barrier. He's going towards the front. Penitentiary settles at the end. They're bunched and Nasri's driving through, trying to find the lead. Our spur on his inside. Kempinski doing a little bit of work early in the red colours wide, and then Golden Breed. Noble Red just off them, 5th on the inside with Face Value around him, and then Extolling Virtue, Caddy Opera, followed by Elvstroem. He's got back a little worse in midfield now. Behind him is Our Bahari, and then came Captain Zigzag. 2 lengths further back is Dunkirk, Penitentiary, and Dembellas whipped the field in. Along the riverside, Face Value strides to the lead. He's out by about 1.5 lengths. Denazri second, Kempinski third on the outside. Then a break of 2.5 lengths away to Our Spur on the inside of Golden Breed. 2 lengths to Canny Opera being followed. Extolling Virtue trapped out wide. Noble Reds in the centre. 1.5 lengths to Our Bahari, and then came Elvstroem on the outside. 9 lengths from the leader, followed by Captain Zigzag, Penitentiary, Dunkirk, and Dembellis is last of all. Face Value the leader, and at the 1400 metres he clapped on a bit of pace and he went out by 4 lengths. Kempinski strode up into second placing. Denazri's a length away third. A length further back is Golden Breed, followed by Our Spur. A neck away then on the outside, Extolling Virtue, followed by Noble Red, one to Canny Opera. A length and a half further back is Elvstroem, followed then by Our Bahari. Then Captain Zigzag, trailed by Penitentiary. Dunkirk second last, and 3 lengths last of all is Dembellis. Inside the 1,000 metres, and Face Value out by 2.5 lengths. Kempinski second, followed by Denazri, Golden Breed. Extolling Virtue's been doing some work wide, and then came Our Spur. Noble Red within 6 of the leader now, being trailed further back Canny Opera. Elvstroem is following Noble Red, and then Our Bahari, followed then by Captain Zigzag, not responding to hard riding, followed by Penitentiary, and then Dunkirk and Dembellis. The Derby field is on the swing for home, and Face Value the leader, but Kempinski is moving into the race with great purpose, and he hit the front. He's gone to the lead at the top of the straight. Coming home well, Our Bahari and Noble Red, and now Elvstroem is starting to wind up. Kempinski at the 300 leads by 2 lengths. Here comes Elvstroem on the outside. Our Bahari is going with him. Noble Red battles next. 150 to go. Kempinski in front. Elvstroem is after him on the outside. Oliver wields a whip. Elvstroem got level and went straight past Kempinski, and Elvstroem strides away to win the Derby.
In what is a rare occasion in horse racing, the 2 stars of the show lived up to that billing and put on a truly memorable effort, matching each other for most of the straight before Elvstroem pulled away late for what would be the first of 5 Group 1 victories in his hugely successful career. Unfortunately for Kempinski, he would be struck down by injury and only race twice more a year later. In racing, seeing is usually believing. The Lloyd Williams-owned Efficient had already asserted himself as probably the best 3-year-old stayer in the land leading into the 2006 Victoria Derby, winning 4 straight while beating most of the runners he was due to face. The big track of Flemington, the extra distance, the sting out of the ground, it was all right up Efficient's alley, and punters accordingly made him one of the shortest price favourites in modern Derby history.
Majestical, and Delevio is last of all. This is a serious racehorse, Efficient. Number 3. To the front of the winning post from Dan Ever, Gorky Park. Fire in the Night coming over from Get Square, Sirmione. Who's Your Daddy trapped a little deep from Sir Largo, followed by Showerfy. Behind him, Efficient, Ego Maniac. Then came the 1, Delidio, Grand Destiny, Ankmore, Pork and Majestical. Out of the straight they go towards the 2100, and Tyranabar took it up by 2 lengths. Fire in the Night. Dan Ever got the box seat of the 2000, running third. 2 lengths, Gorky Park. It's 4.5 to Get Square. 2 further back, Who's Your Daddy. A length and a half, Sirmione. 2 further back then came Sir Largo, who's moving up on the outside of Showerfy. A couple of lengths further back than Efficient, who's relaxed nicely, and he's back running about 10th, 11th at the moment. Behind him would have been Ego Maniac, then the 1, further back then Grand Destiny, Delidio, Ankmore, Pork and Majestical last of all. Out to the 1600 in the Derby, and the leader Tyranabar 2 lengths in front. Fire in the Night second, 2.5 to Dan Ever, 2 to Gorky Park fourth, and a half then to Get Square fifth, followed by Who's Your Daddy. Over on the inside then Sirmione, there followed further back by Silago. Showerfy the inside, 1 further back Efficient, just off midfield. Then further back around him goes Ego Maniac, 2 lengths to Grand Destiny in the 1, 2 to Ankmore Pork, followed by Delidio, and 2 to Majestical last of all. At Chiquita Lodge in the Derby, and Tyranabar leads by 2 lengths. Gorky Park has gone up second, Fire in the Night is third, a length and a half, Who's Your Daddy. 1 further back, Dan Everett's a good steady pace. They're 3 or 4 lengths in front of Silago, and a half to Get Square. 2 lengths further back then Sirmione, they're followed by Showerfy. Then to the outside Ego Maniac, 2 or 3 further back Efficient. He's ridden patiently on the outside of him. Then came the 1, they're followed by Delidio, Grand Destiny. Then came Majestical, and Ankmore Pork is last of all. 700 metres to go, and the favourite back about 4th last on the fence when they come around the home bender on the big sweeping turn. And in the Derby, first for home Tyranabar. Gorky Park goes up second, 2 lengths, Fire in the Night struggling. Then came further back then Dan Ever, followed by Who's Your Daddy. Where's Efficient? He's gone back to the fence. He's going to have to ride for luck. Get Square in front of him. Taranabar at the 300 leads by 2 lengths, Gorky Park. Then came Dan Ever. Efficient's made up a lot of ground. Then further back in the race, Fire in the Night and Get Square. It's Taranabar 2 lengths in front of Dan Ever. Now Efficient's coming out. He's got 4 lengths to make up. Gorky Park battling on. Here he comes, Efficient. He's swapping them. Oh, this is a champion. He has raced to the front. Efficient, it's all over from Gorky Park. Efficient is brilliant.
It was an astonishing win by Efficient, reeling off an incredible final sectional. And after looking like perhaps he would struggle to get there with 400 to go, he raced away in the final 100 to win in commanding fashion. As it turns out, Efficient seemingly had quite a liking for Flemington. He's come from behind victory in the following year's Melbourne Cup, confirming that, as well as his monumental Turnbull Stakes win 3 years later.